Welcome to another conversation with the Brothers of Two Complex. We appreciate y'all for clicking on this video. But before we get into the content, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. We now have the goal of 1,000 subscribers, so make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, help us get there. And also, of course, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the bangers that we drop every single week. We appreciate the support. Enjoy the video.
Jamele Hill, who has never been shy about voicing her opinion on matters, expressed concerns about Caitlin Clark's marketability. In her interview, or a statement that she made, no, it was an interview. In her interview with the LA Times, Hill stated, "We would all be very naive if we didn't say race and her sexuality played a role in her popularity. While so many people are happy for Caitlin's success, including the players, this has had such an enormous impact on the game. There's a part of it that is a little problematic because of what it says about the worth of and marketability of the players who are already there." Sticks, why does it seem as if so many, both around the WNBA and outside, are trying to sabotage the recent success of Caitlin Clark, as well as the league itself?
I think it's I ain't got to be too candid about how I say things now. So I'm just going to say shit. Sometimes I feel like with the whole inclusivity, with the whole empowerment, with the whole, it's a lot of things going on right now that came from feminism that are hurting the WNBA. Mm-hmm. The reason I say that is because with all the agendas that's being pushed around in the WNBA, and we've talked about this before when it comes to Caitlin Clark and when it comes to WNBA in general, is that you talk about these things, but you leave out the most important aspect of the WNBA, is that it is a failing business. Mm-hmm. It is a failing business. Who honestly cares about Caitlin Clark being white, Caitlin Clark being a heterosexual female, Caitlin Clark being what some people perceive as pretty? Who cares, bro? She's a hooper. Let her hoop. But you get people like Jamele Hill saying that she's only popular because she is a Caucasian female that is straight. That is crazy to me. That is crazy to me. But then you got the women on The View, and I'm gonna give The View some credit because they actually didn't fully agree with what Jamele said. And Whoopi Goldberg came out and said, nah, she earned this. Like, it ain't because she, you know what I'm saying? What she actually said was, when people say stuff like Hill's comment, it's like people are saying, oh, you only got into this Ivy League school because you're black, or you only got this because of this. They said, this girl earned this. I'm sorry. They are great players, but nobody else has done this. So I'm not mad that they gave her a basketball, which Wilson gave her own signature basketball line. But it's just like, bro, like that's like you going out here saying that it happens in all sports. Whenever the Tiger Woods came, black people flooded to golf. Whenever Serena was going crazy, black people who never watched tennis before flooded to tennis. But there's been a multitude of amazing white female athletes in the WNBA. Like, you had Diana Taurasi, that's considered the GOAT of the WNBA these days, that was talking junk about Caitlin Clark before she even came into the game, but she's white. Breonna Stewart, who's being pushed as one of the greats, she's white. Sabrina Ionescu, white girl. Like, what are we talking about? Like, it's so dumb when we get these narratives around the WNBA and these agendas that they're trying to push when it comes to WNBA. Yes, I think they're trying to self-sabotage, because let this girl rock, bro. Like, why are y'all trying to like hurt her career and say that she's not as good as people think that she is, when she is a rookie? She's going to figure it out. She's going to learn. Everything's going to get better, but she's bringing so many eyes to your sport. She's getting so many different privileges to your sport that you've never had before, and all we're doing is talking about how y'all can banish her skills or her. It just frustrates me, because you talk about what she's doing for the league and how she's bringing money and eyes to the league, to what most people around the nation look at as a boring sport to watch, but she's making it exciting, bringing viewership, the highest paid WNBA player ever, because what that means is y'all's contracts are going up. Y'all making more money. That y'all making it seem like she's like trash and I seen videos of people face guarding Caitlin Clark 94 feet. They behind the ball and they people in her like what are people? What are we doing? What are we doing, bro? Like it's just so dumb that. Again, the main problem with the sport is that the sport is in debt. It has been in debt for 27 years. And I did the math yesterday. And if they're on average of being in debt, $10 to $12 million, if we taking the high end of 12 million, they are $336 million in debt, bro. That the NBA subsidizes for y'all to be able to pay your athletes. And if you keep talking about the pay gap, you keep talking about the viewership, you keep talking about this, that, and the third, understand why that you're not making the money that you want to make. That's what I got to say, bro. I just think it's dumb that they're using race and sexuality to try to undermine this girl's career and why she's popular and why she's serving the way she's serving for the WNBA and why she's the face of the league, quote unquote, right now. They ain't got nothing to do with her race and sexuality. It's because she's a hooper, bro. She can hoop. And she might not be having the best beginning of her career right now, but she's just a rookie, bro. Let her figure it out. She still got a decade to go. Shut the fuck up. I just get tired of people talking about Caitlin in the WNBA because all the agendas being pushed are stupid. I know I went long, but what you think, D-Lo?
I mean, you didn't go long at all, pause. But
that's what she said.
I don't think it's they that are pushing the agenda. I think it's a few that are pushing the agenda that have loud microphones. But I also don't think the league or any individual is trying to sabotage the WNBA and Caitlin Clark's career. I feel like it's just outside of the norm because the women's basketball, especially the WNBA, has been historically black. 60% of the league is black. And a third of the league has publicly said that they are gay.
LGBT, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's against the norm, right? To have a white player who's not gay be the quote unquote face of the league and get the amount of attention that she's got. And so when you say that, when that is the thing, it's almost like, well, it has to be some alternate agenda for why she is who she is, because it's not the norm. You don't see a white basketball player play like she's played and then also get this type of attention that she's get. If anything, it should be a black gay player that gets this type of attention. And that's just
stupid.
not it. So because we're logical beings, we try to, as I've said multiple times, we try to create patterns or figure out the pattern for why something is. And if it doesn't fit the pattern, then it's not right, or it doesn't quite make sense. But if it does fit the pattern, then it fits into oh, well, no wonder they got this. So, people are saying the big case now is A'ja Wilson, how she's been playing for the last couple years. She's been the league MVP. She's won championships and so on and so forth.
Defensive player of the year, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. Why hasn't she gotten the type of attention that Caitlin Clark got? Or why does Caitlin Clark get this astronomical contract with Nike, but A'ja Wilson doesn't? Her own signature shoe and all that, but A'ja Wilson doesn't. And so you pinpoint, well, A'ja Wilson's black, or A'ja Wilson's hetero, right? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure she's straight. Yes.
So the only is because she's black, or somebody like I don't know. I can't think of. Well, we know that Candace Parker recently came out as being gay, but Candace Parker was getting. You
didn't know that happened? No.
Wow. Yeah, Candace Parker. Yeah, Candace Parker recently came out as being gay.
It doesn't shock me. Never, I don't know why I was so surprised. I didn't hear it, but I know that she was married to a man for a long time.
Well, yeah, so she was married to Sheldon Williams that went
Sheldon Williams,
for a while, but they divorced. I don't know, a while ago. But anyway, so I know that. But needless to say,
What the?
I
This
mean,
world
what
is
is that?
fucked, bro. Bring the media,
Yeah,
please bring the media. Reset this whole damn
yeah.
thing because it's
But
so terrible.
I mean, I say all that to say is I brought up Candace Parker because Candace Parker, she's now the VP of operations, basketball
Mm-hmm.
operations, I believe, for Adidas or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
These women, other than Asia Wilson, who is still playing, these women that came before Caitlin Clark and before Asia Wilson, they're quote unquote the pioneers of women's basketball. They're the ones that
For sure.
carried us to where we are now. And Caitlin Clark is picking it up. Now, is it different because she's white and heterosexual? Yes, but that doesn't mean she's not a hooper, like you mentioned, because anybody can turn on her college tape and see that she's a hooper. You can clearly see in the WNBA, yes, she's a rookie. She's making rookie mistakes. She's got to get adjusted to the game. She just finished playing college basketball not even 2 months ago, went straight into the WNBA 2 months later. Didn't get a chance to really train and prepare for the WNBA like she
Rest, for
should,
that matter.
and rest like NBA players do after the college season. They get drafted in June, or they take 2 months off, get ready for the combine and the draft, get drafted in June, and then 2-3 months later they start their season. No, she went straight from college to play. So I mean, it's just it's outside the norm is my argument. That is why all of these noise is being made about Caitlin Clark. You don't see typically in the sport of basketball a marketable white player, male or female. Typically, you don't, because the league is dominated by African Americans or blacks, and then, well, it's flipped for the WNBA. Gay is in the WNBA with only 28%, which is weird that you say that, but that's seen as a big number within sports.
Yeah.
And but then in the NBA, straight. So I mean, I don't feel like it's sabotage. I just feel like those that have the microphone, that have alternate thoughts than everybody else, they're speaking the loudest right now, and it seems like it's sabotage.
Yeah, I think it is too. I can agree with that. But I mean, there has been. I mean, if you look at the NBA right now, people are trying to push, Anthony Edwards, but you can make a argument for Luka Doncic being the face of the NBA. You can make an argument for for Joker to be the face of the NBA. If you even go to, there could be somebody that is white that could be the face of the NBA on the men's side too. And I don't think the men would make that big of a deal about the shit. Honestly, we wouldn't, because we don't care. Because what
I would argue they probably would, not necessarily because they are white though. It's because they be foreign.
True. I can agree. But if you want to market the NBA as a worldwide sport,
exactly. That's
so
what
use logic.
Is though.
Use logic, dog. Yeah. So use logic. Like you can't say you don't want somebody to be white or foreign to be the face of the NBA, but you also in the same breath say NBA is the most global sport ever. No, you can't do that. That's stupid. Right. You're dumb. So it's a lack of logic in a lot of these places, and I do agree with you. Is that the people who have the microphones and the platforms are the one that's speaking the loudest as far as what's going on with Caitlin Clark, but this is the most popularity that your sport has had ever, bro. Ever. Because if you look at the history of the sport, Lisa Leslie, black, straight, was the face of the league. Cheryl Swoops, black. Don't really know if she was straight, but I want to say she was.
I think she was.
Face of the league. Candace Parker, black, was straight. Face was at one point also emerging as the face of the league, or was the face of the league at one point. So I'm gonna say it again, like I said it the last time we talked about Caitlin Clark. Shut the fuck up, bro. Just let the girl hoop and take the popularity as it comes. If y'all gonna treat her like how y'all treat her on the court, that's y'all business. Y'all gonna play hard fouls, hard screens, whatever. That's how y'all gonna play the game. How y'all gonna play the game. But the narrative that y'all trying to spin around this young lady is nasty work. Nasty work, bro. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. So that's all I got to say about it, bro. That's all I got to say about it.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Do you think she being Caitlin Clark, do you think she's the WNBA's Michael Jordan?
I think she's
Not as far as what she will do on the court. But we know she's good, but when you say Michael Jordan, one, that puts a lot of pressure on somebody. Two, that's basically saying that they are the GOAT, so to speak, of their respective sport. But as far as how she transcended the court, how Michael Jordan transcended the court and was highly marketable, changed the trajectory of what men can make in basketball as far as endorsements. Do you think she's the Michael Jordan? Because Michael Jordan, yeah, he signed a not a really good contract, but I mean, in today's standards, but when you look at it for when he signed it in '84, it was pretty good. But a year after signing that contract, he signed a new contract with Nike, which got him to be who he is now. You know what I mean? And then he had Gatorade, Wheaties,
all
Nike,
kind of endorsements.
All kind of endorsements. Is Caitlin Clark that next person? Because of Michael Jordan, now we have all of these basketball players and just athletes in general that have outside contracts and endorsements that bring in almost more money for them endorsements than their actual playing contracts. And we know Caitlin Clark is making way more money off the court than she is on the court. So is she the WNBA's Michael Jordan, or women's Michael Jordan for all that matter?
I would say in an endorsement standpoint, yes, because she has that global appeal to her, to where her game is exciting. You know what I'm saying? She's marketable. You know what I'm saying? I think she has it in that aspect. But I'm gonna go back a little bit further. I think she's more so the WNBA's Larry Bird, because when Larry Bird came into the NBA along with Magic, they changed how the game was played in a sense. And I think that she has that appeal on the game more so than it is with because along with that, it's going to come more money, more better contracts in the future. And that's what happened. That I think the Magic Larry time was whenever it started to get a lot more popular as far as basketball, and it started to transcend the game to where people were looking for players just like them. Now you have Caitlin Clark that can shoot from anywhere on the court. You got to guard her when she walked through the door. She has good vision. She has good court vision. She plays okay. She's like the Steph Curry. I think she's more like a Steph Curry, honestly. But that was supposed to be Sabrina Ionescu, but now they're looking at Caitlin Clark as like the next Steph Curry, is the Steph Curry of the WNBA. I think it's more, I don't know. I think in contract endorsements, yes, that's like a Michael Jordan type of girl, type of young lady in WNBA, but the way she's changing the league and bringing more recognition to the WNBA was more so like that Larry Bird kind of time period, whenever the game started to go up a little bit more. But then, like, as far as the way she plays the game, that's more like a Steph Curry. So, like, it's a couple of different comparisons that you can make with Caitlin. But I can see where you're going with the Michael Jordan comparison. I can see where you're going with that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not talking about the way she plays. We all know she can play.
Yeah, for sure.
We all know she can shoot and whatnot. I'm talking about strictly the marketability and how.
Yeah, she's Mike.
That and for for athletes in general, I want to say how Mike turned and basically catapulted all of what we see nowadays. Everywhere you turn, athletes are endorsing something. And
Agreed.
I want to say they tried it before Mike, and it was successful, but not to the success that Mike had. Like, for anything sure. Mike touched was skyrocketing.
Turn to gold, for sure.
Gatorade, again, Jumpman, Nikes, all that stuff, Wheaties. I mean, the man had his own song
own commercial
for Gatorade
that was produced by Spike Lee.
If I could be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? McDonald's, all that.
McDonald's, yeah.
Him, Larry Bird, all playing one-on-one for a hamburger.
Niggas had a video game.
You know what I mean? So
Jordan versus Bird. Like,
that's what I'm saying, dog. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think I can see where you're going with the Michael Jordan comparison, because there's different ways that you can look at her as far as how she's transcending the game. But yeah, in the media's eyes and like the marketability standpoint, yeah, I can say that she's the Michael Jordan. But then you say that, but then you're gonna have people coming by. How she gonna be Mike and she a white girl? That ain't got nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that.
I'm not talking about that. And I mean,
nothing to do with that.
Color, but when in some cases you shouldn't just compare somebody to somebody else because of the color of their skin.
Yeah,
attributes is all attributes should be taken in consideration, not just the color of somebody's skin.
Exactly, bro.